It must be the way I walk. It must be the way I talk. Call me up if you need a little sauce, baby. Follow me if you get a little lost. I got what it takes, got what it takes. I don't want a slice, want the whole cake.
Hi, I am Valeria
And I'm Catherine Joel, and you are watching Uniquely Me TV.
on CTV.
What's up? Never been down on my luck.
All right, ladies, we are back for another show. Uniquely Me TV, the power of 10. All right, so we're gonna get this show on the road. So what do we do to get a show on the road? This is Shannon, and you are?
Milana, sexy Milana.
You're sexy Lilana. Welcome to Uniquely Me TV.
Action.
Shannon, you forgot to say action. All right, we gotta do it again.
Action.
Poopy. Shannon. Welcome to Uniquely Me TV.
Action.
Action.
Poopy.
Valeria. Now, last year on Uniquely Me TV, you were all about fashion, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes, girlfriend, you still have that fashion down pat. Now, I hear you're also good in the kitchen. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. I bake also.
Oh, you bake?
Yes.
Are you going to show me what you got in the kitchen?
Yes.
Well, let's get going. It's time to get cooking with Valeria.
Okay.
After you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Catherine Joel. I own Get Cooking Canada. We are here making gougère. I have been working today with Chef Valeria. So Valeria, you're from Colombia?
Yes, I'm from Colombia.
Okay. How long have you lived in Edmonton?
2
2 years?
2 years.
Okay. Do you like it?
Yes.
Cool. So I looked at your Instagram account.
Thank
You
you.
make cakes.
I make the cakes for everyone.
Uh-huh. Where did you learn to cook?
Catherine Vargas is my mom.
You're at 54. We need about another 35 grams. Okay, so 1 cup of water, and you can just put the batter in with your water. You can get half a teaspoon of salt into that. And then we're just gonna roughly chop the thyme there, okay? We are looking for the water to come to a boil. And you're just mixing all of that flour into the water and butter. And you want to see it come to a point where it comes away from the sides of the pan
Okay.
and comes into a nice smooth dough. There you go, you're doing great. There you go. Okay, and you're going to beat it in. I'm going to add a pinch of cayenne into there. So what is your favorite thing to bake?
Bake in a group cakes. Next season we bake a new recipe for the cookies.
So this is what we're looking for, is what I call dropping consistency with my choux pastry. So it just kind of drops nicely off the spoon. There you go. So in goes the cheese, and then you're going to mix it into that dough, okay? And I'm using white pepper so you don't see it in the dough. It's a very French trick to use white pepper so you don't see black flecks in there. So you want to make them all about the same size. So we're going to do just a little bit of a rounded tablespoon, and you want to space them because these are going to rise quite a bit. There you go. I'm going to hold this to make it easier. It's perfect. It's exactly how you should do it. Okay, so you're going to pop those into our 400 degrees oven just on the middle tray there. The way to tell if a gougère is perfectly cooked, you can cut off the top and it should be kind of hollow on the inside. It's perfect. You made them perfectly. They're good?
Es delicioso. It's so yummy.
Ladies, I need to ask you a question. Do you like to dance?
Yes, it does.
Yes? Shannon, can you show us your dance moves? Can you show us some dance moves? Let's see, Shannon. Oh, yes, beautiful. She's a good dancer, right? Yeah? Well, let's go dancing.
Show me your moves, from your head down to your shoes. Get particular do you feel that kids with Down syndrome, with their dance, why do you think they like it so much?
Because they're no different than any of the other kids.
I agree.
They aren't. They are just as smart and just as talented, and they comprehend and understand, and there's no reason why they don't have to be in a normal environment, especially for dance. Because here it doesn't matter what you are, who you are. You can always dance with us.
That's really awesome. And I've only heard great things about your studio.
So our kids with Down syndrome and any child that I've come across that have special needs, it's very common that they're so intellectual, they watch it. Sometimes they don't even need to do it with you, but they sit back and just ingest it all, and then next thing you know, they know how to do it.
What are you doing to encourage your employees or people in the dance community to continue to support kids with different abilities and hopefully bring them to some competition?
Our policy has always been an open door. Nobody gets turned away, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. And we do take the kids to competition. They are in a regular class, dancing with regular students, and they get the same costumes, the same dance. They go all to the same festivals and competitions, and quite frankly are beyond adored, as they just steal hearts wherever they go. So that's their environment. It's the same as everybody else's, not treated any differently.
Welcome. My name is Mike Roper, and I'm a regional manager at Ledcor. We are very proud to be the presenting sponsors at Uniquely Me TV. Enjoy the show.
The Royal Alberta Museum, just one of the several legacy projects that you and your team at Ledcor have created for Edmonton. And you've done projects all across North America, but let's just focus today on what you've created for this city. Just down the street, Mike, what is down there?
That's the Art Gallery of Alberta.
Yes?
Yeah.
Up here?
And we have the EPCOR Tower over here, and behind us is the Royal Alberta Museum.
So what is your favorite part of this museum? I mean, you had it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yes?
My favorite part might not be what the public sees. My favorite part was the experience and being able to work with some of the most creative people that this city has to design and build it. It was an incredible experience with our client. It was just one awesome team.
Now, you have all these projects happening. The city is just, getting busier and busier as we speak. So how does Ledcor have time for all this community outreach?
Well, giving back to the communities that we choose to live, work, and play in is an integral part of the culture at Ledcor. Over the last 10 years, our employees and the company has donated over $24 million.
$24 million,
to over
wow.
200 charities across North America.
Wow.
It's inspiring for our people and our culture.
Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you. However, you have sponsored the Edmonton Down Syndrome Society now for 10 years. 10 years of Uniquely Me. Now we're on TV. I mean, this project is probably going to go national because of your support. Will you continue to support our friends at the Down Syndrome Society?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good. Of all the events that I attend, the Uniquely Me event is the most inspiring for me. It's unfiltered happiness and unfiltered positive energy all the time. I love it, and we think it's a great group to support families.
So this is my husband and I's hometown. We both grew up here, and we are very big in agriculture. Our mainstay is grain farming, and then we have some hobby animals on the side. And we have 3 children, Clara, Addie, and Sloan. This is Sloan.
And Sloan has Down syndrome.
Sloan has Down syndrome, yes.
Can you tell me how you and I kind of got connected?
So I'm kind of a connection person. I had one other Down syndrome mom friend, and she said, I messaged her to say, hey, what are you doing in the world of therapies? And she said, I think you should really talk to Julie. They've got some really cool stuff going on. And that was just like the door opened wide, and we jumped in with both feet.
So, I mean, it's pretty interesting because you are close to Calgary and you're
Well, so we're 2 hours to Calgary and 3 hours to Edmonton.
Right.
It's kind of crazy to say, but I'm a little bit grateful for COVID because everything is available online. Yeah, and being so far away from the cities, we don't have the same services available.
What are your hopes and dreams, aspirations for Sloan in the future?
Well, we are very much an agriculture-based family, and I don't think that our hopes and dreams are any different for Sloan than they are for our girls. We've just always thought that this is going to be a wonderful place for him to grow up. No matter what his abilities are, there's going to be a place in our world for him.
I mean, he's going to have a lovely time growing up somewhere like this.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I guess we love our world, and he's, oh my goodness, I can't, I'm sorry.
And he's going to love it too. He's going to love it too. Thank you so much.
I'm Ginger Bovis, Area Director of Bayshore Home Health.
And our responsibility is your family and your community.
On behalf of EDSS Down Syndrome Society, we would like to thank Bayshore Home Health for their support.
Let us help you. Give us a call today.
Today's a very exciting day because I get to meet my fitness trainer, Scotty. I'm here to see my fitness trainer, Scotty. Is that you? Yeah. Let's get to work. I'm excited. Are you gonna work me out today? All right, let's get going. Now, Scotty, I hear that you're best friends with Michael Jordan. Is that true? Yeah? Do you have some Michael Jordan stuff you want to show me? Jeanette, thank you so much for inviting us here today.
Well, I'm glad to have you here.
We are here to celebrate your brother, Dennis.
Great.
Tell me about your brother, Dennis.
Well, my brother was born with Down syndrome in 1965 in Edmonton. And back in those days, there wasn't a lot for families to have to take care of these kids. A lot of these kids were institutionalized, but my family decided that they wanted to keep him at home and have him grow up with the rest of us.
You really do champion the fact that having Down syndrome is not a disability.
It's not.
And having Down syndrome is not something that you can shun or turn your head away from.
No.
This is a human. This is someone that we celebrate. And these kids have I don't say
they
kids.
Are so passionate.
So passionate.
So passionate.
And
they
so
love
happy.
it. Yeah.
And so unaffected by the negative things that we get affected by.
Well, and they don't take things personally like we do.
Right.
They'll say that's not nice.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then they'll carry on.
Right.
But they're great people.
So
they're great humans.
So one more time, the
Dennis P. Constantine Performing Arts Memorial Scholarship.
This is a great opportunity, and this is a great way to celebrate your brother's life.
Yeah, so contact the Edmonton Down Syndrome Society for access to the annual scholarship, and I intend on doing this for a long time.
And what's it called one more time?
It's called the Dennis P. Constantine Performing Arts Memorial Scholarship.
Go online today. Now let's play golf again.
All right.
All right. Show off.
Oh!
Dennis would be proud.
You bet.
Nice. It's time for the fashion show. Are we ready for the fashion show? Mm-hmm. Are we gonna get hair and makeup? Are we gonna get some fashion?
Yeah.
For the 10-year anniversary?
Yeah.
For Uniquely Me TV?
Yeah.
Let's go on the runway.
All right.
Nobody
found out, first of all, that you were having a child at 16, I mean, that makes you grow up really fast.
Definitely does. You got to change a lot of your things. You don't get to go hang out with all your friends and all that. Now it's him.
Right.
Constant.
Right? And now you have become, from what I understand, you are the primary caregiver for your son.
Yeah, I am single father, so I've had him for about a year now by myself.
Amazing.
Roughly.
And so what have been some of the biggest rewards working with Julie and Down Syndrome Society?
Watching my child come home to me and being able to grow up with him. She has shown me a lot about who he is without even really having to be there. Like, she shows us a lot of like the background, like, oh, he might do this when he gets older, and just kind of knows those children so well. So
you've been a dad now for 3 years.
Yeah.
You have a thriving son.
He's the most amazing son.
He's the most amazing son. So what kind of advice would you give as a father? And I'm not just talking about
the best advice I could give is just do it. Just go for the kid. Just love the kid.
Love the kid.
If you think something, just do it. If you want to put him in something, you go ahead and do it. I don't even know how to explain it. Just do everything for that kid. If you look at him, you love him, you're gonna put him into school. You're gonna be nice. You're gonna teach him the right ways. All of that. This is the way I look at him.
You don't see his Down syndrome.
I never did.
Yeah.
I never did. I found out 3 days after, and I found out, and I didn't really know about it, so I called her, and she's like, "Don't worry about it." So, yeah.
And he never has. And that's what I think is so cool about this story, is that it doesn't matter that he has it. No one in the family sees Grayson's Down syndrome. They see him as a little boy that's going to do whatever he wants.
We see him as a little boy with a lot of potential. He can do everything that any other kid can do. He comes to the park, he plays just like every other kid.
Right.
The Down syndrome it's just an add-on that's extra. It just makes him extra special.
I love that.
One more reason to love him, honestly.
Close to me, close to me, close to me, you're close to me.
Uniquely Me, something that you, Michelle, started 10 years ago with the help of your mother, Rosalind. They also call you the Duchess. And you have a beautiful daughter named Tanya, who's very active in this organization. So where did Uniquely Me start, Michelle?
Well, 10 years ago, I was the executive director of the Down Syndrome Society at the time. And in my evaluation of the organization and looking at where it had come from, where it was going, I really saw that there was room for a signature event. But this signature event couldn't just be some cutesy fundraiser. It had to have more than one purpose. And those purposes were, one, that we needed to create awareness about Down syndrome and about the organization. We needed to raise funds. That was like very, very important.
So 42 years ago to today, what is your biggest takeaway and your biggest hope for now? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think that the world is beginning to understand that the world is a better place with children born with Down syndrome in it. They have so much to teach us about life and everyday living and attitudes. And I am hopeful that that will continue and acceptance will become even greater, and that we will see more young people born with Down syndrome being employed and being accepted in the workplace, and more acceptance in the community.
I mean, the sky's the limit with Uniquely Me, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right? Like, the sky is truly the limit. And so when it all comes down to what's said and done here today and the celebration that you've created, and that's the key takeaway, you have created a celebration of having someone born with Down syndrome. It's not a sad story.
No.
It's not a story that you need to have aborted. It's not a story that is negative. It is a true celebration. So what would you say to a parent that has recently found out or have just had a child born with Down syndrome?
I would first of all look at those parents and say congratulations on the birth of your beautiful baby, because that's what just happened. A beautiful baby was born. And I would look at them and say, hold on for the best adventure of your life.
So Richard, can you just tell me a little bit about your family?
Sure. I have a beautiful wife, Amy, 3 gorgeous kids, Brooklyn, Riley, and Ben. And I guess we're here because of Riley. She was born with Down syndrome and had an extensive stay at the Stollery.
She did, eh?
Yeah.
Did you and Amy know that Riley was going to be born with Down syndrome?
No, so at about 32 weeks, Amy realized she wasn't growing too much, and so she got a fetal echo, which is an ultrasound of the baby's heart in womb. And they found she had a large heart defect, and they said it was very common in kids with Down syndrome. So they said the chances of her having Down syndrome were high, but we didn't know for sure until about 2 weeks after she was born.
And then I know when she was born, you guys had some complications with her and spent some time in the hospital. Do you want to tell us about those?
We had 2 options. We could leave her in the womb and she would pass over the weekend and Amy would deliver stillborn, or we could be proactive and give her a couple shots of steroids. Hopefully that would make the lungs develop a little bit and we could perform a C-section 2 days after. So obviously we went with the second option because that's the only option that gave her a chance of life. So yeah, and 2 days later she was born at 2 pounds 1 ounce. And yeah, she had some breathing problems, but after she came out of the womb, the doctors were pleasantly surprised that what they found on the ultrasound was a little bit better than what they thought. So she was in the NICU for 3 months, and then she came home for 3 months on oxygen in a feeding tube. And then at 6 months of age, they decided she was big enough for them to perform the repair on her heart. So we went back to the Stollery at 6 months, and a routine surgery wasn't so routine, and a 4-hour surgery turned into about 9 hours, and she came out of the OR in pretty rough shape. Unrecognizable really. A 6-month-old premature baby looked like almost a 2-year-old. She was so puffed up with fluids. And about 12 hours later, she went to a cardiac arrest and her heart stopped for 28 minutes, and the nurses at the Stollery performed CPR on her for 28 minutes as her heart surgeon hooked her up to life support for 7 days.
So what is the future of the Edmonton Down Syndrome Society?
Oh man, I think we're just going to keep responding to what parents need, and not just parents, what the community needs. What the community needs to know about our kids so they can embrace them and really benefit from the talents that they've got and the sense of humor. And the joy for somebody to be able to help somebody else and see growth is an important part of our community. It brings us together. And I think if employers can sort of glom onto that, it may take a little longer to do something, but most of our young people that have got jobs, their employers are really impressed and really happy to have them, because our kids don't hold a grudge. They don't, I mean, if they're mad for a reason and it's done.
And it's over.
And, and then they'll be giggling at something.
Exactly.
And so
and we can all learn from that. Like if we behaved like that in the real world.
Yeah, they have a lot to teach us.
Oh, so much to learn.
Hey everybody, Jason Strudwick here. October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. We all remember our amazing friend Joey Moss. Check out Saturday mornings 10 a.m. CTV2, Uniquely Me TV.
Please welcome to Rogers Place Ice, Mr. Joey Moss.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation is proud to support EDSS, Down Syndrome Society, and the Joey Moss Literacy Center.
What's your name?
Wade.
Wayne, I'm David.
Wade. Hey,
nice
David, you're here.
Who's this? 97.
You.
I've never heard of this guy.
It's you.
No, it's not me. I'm not Meg David. I'm David.
Oh my God. And this is Edmonton Oilers.
This is it, the Edmonton Oilers. You're an Edmonton Oiler. That was an Edmonton Oiler. Wow, that was...
Wow, yeah, let's go this way.
Let's go on the ice.
Welcome to Rogers Place. thank you to the Edmonton Oilers, I get to honor Joey Moss. Today, we are celebrating Joey and what he meant to Edmonton and to all of us born with Down syndrome. Because of him, the Edmonton Oilers support a litter-free center in his name that will help so many people with Down syndrome. I Joey sits right here. I sit his chair right here.
So we're so thrilled to have all of our families back. As you can see, the excitement just builds. We've got a celebration in terms of an anniversary cake. Our families and kids are having a great time enjoying the Jumpy Castle, the slide, a great partnership thanks to Edmonton Police Service. We've had 3 of their cruisers and officers out with us, celebrating with us, doing community relations work with our families. Again, a great partnership with Edmonton Police Service. We're so thrilled to have them here. We've got a balloon artist, so a lot of our kids are designing all kinds of great, and you can see, look at Tav, and then you've got Jane. Look at Jane's headdress. So we've got just great excitement going on here, and everyone's designing. They're all so unique, aren't they? Unique balloons, unique headdresses, truly a unique day for us, celebrating Uniquely Me TV.